We are going on a grand adventure here in western Greenland. Over the next several days, we'll first sail up a fjord about 40 miles inland. From there, we'll grab our paddleboards and head up a wide river that eventually narrows into a winding waterway. We hope to reach this inland lake where we'll set up camp and do some fishing. We'll also try and hike up to the tundra plateau to reach one of the few mountain huts here in Greenland. We'll start off with eating some pizza. Get it. Haluatko kaasuttelemaan? So we will be going all the way in here. 20 miles still.
Okay.
Yes,
Finnish candy. Salty licorice. Don't tell me you hate this or I will ban you.
Kettukarkkaa, yes.
Te saitte vaan muutaman mullaa suoreesta.
Mitä?
Soke, miten se meni sielko?
No teillä on enemmän niitä muita ja mulla on enemmän kettukarkkia.
The fox candy is Sohvi's favorite. It's just sugar.
No vaan, tule! Joo, tuutko?
Hyvä.
Oi, mitä äijä? Aiku minksi.
Voi hyvä.
Hyvä, no vaan pissa. Pissa.
No vaan sille, ettei saa vaihtaa kurssia. No vaan, hei, tänne. Mä käyn täällä.
Autopilottia, jos osaisit vielä käyttää. Annetaanko tonne ylös?
Joo, Zetalle.
Sohvi, tässä oli sulle.
Wow. Kiitti. Wow.
Höyryää hyvin.
Hyvää tavaraa. Again.
Alright, it's late evening. We're getting close to our anchorage. The wind just shifted 180 degrees and our sails are all screwed. So we're gonna take them down. This bay here is actually really quite shallow for the next 4 miles or so, and it is also completely uncharted. We have been here before, So we have a bit of an idea of what's going on, but we also did hit the bottom the last time that we were here. Whoops. Now we got around 4 miles through the shallows there. Hopefully don't hit any rocks this time.
I don't think it was a rock, it was sand.
Sand, it was sand, okay. It's sand bottom and the water is very clear. So even though it's late evening, we can still see the bottom here. And this bay, by the way, is the same place where we tried to overwinter. It wasn't very successful. I'll link the video somewhere here. Now though, we are gonna come to the spot where it gets really shallow and there's some rocks, and this is where we hit the rock or sand last time. So I'm gonna launch the drone and we'll try to find our way through. Ja menette vasemmalle 10 astetta. Yeah, we saw 1.5 meters briefly, so probably must have been a rock, I guess. Joo, nyt mä näen tässä nyt syvenee kohta. So that river and the valley in front of us is the one that we're gonna go into with our dinghy and the paddleboards tomorrow. I honestly don't know if there is enough water, especially upriver, for paddling, and I don't know if the current against us is going to be too much. I guess we will see about that. This video is sponsored by Hungry Minds, and this book here is stunning. 400 pages of handmade illustrations and engineering drawings and medieval style art, all on this thick, high quality paper. It actually feels more of like an art piece than a book. We obviously won't be bringing this along with us on the hike because this thing is pretty heavy, but back at the boat it definitely has earned itself a spot on the table. So this thing is called The Book, The Ultimate Guide to Rebuilding a Civilization. However, I don't think this is really like a prepare for a zombie apocalypse type of thing. To me, this is more of a really interesting coffee table book rather than a true survival guide. So this book will definitely keep you entertained and it'll spark some great discussions, I'm sure, and that's why I'm also happy to feature it on this video. And I think this would make a great gift to any curious adult or a child. So if you're into history or design, or if you just want something that's a little bit different, a little bit more interesting to flip through with some friends, then check this out using the link in the description. And remember to use the code Arctic10 for a 10% discount.
Mä ajattelin, että mä laitan näistä kahdesta.
Noniin.
Valmiina lähtöön. Vielä mela.
Sofi, mitä, etkö sä ole valmis?
Mä oon valmis. Mä otan sua.
Okay, gear check. We have our food, a wine bottle of course, my gear and clothes, and a tent. Then we have more food, Sofi's gear. We also have a fishing pole back there. Unfortunately, we only have 2 paddle boards, so me and Sophie, we are gonna take the dinghy and then we're gonna take turns. But let's go. Joo, tuu vaan Nova. Tuu vaan. Tuu vaan. Hyvä. Joo, hyvä. Hyvä Nova, hyvä. Grab the Crocs because we are gonna have to do some wading, I think. Yeah, we've actually never left our boat anchored alone for more than, the day. Never anywhere. Usually in Norway and so on, if we left for the night, we were in a harbor. But now she's gonna be anchored here. It's a pretty good anchorage though. 5 meters deep, sand bottom. Should be okay. So we are getting into the river now, and it's very wide first, but then it'll gradually get narrower and narrower until, well, we'll see if there's enough water for us. Joo, virtaa kyllä.
No joo. On kyllä hyvät suppi. Aletaanko mekin vaan lillumaan?
Yeah. This first portion of the river is really peculiar because it is tidal, so now when the tide is going up, it is actually flowing inland, and that's why we sent the paddleboard team first, so they can go along with the current. But then when we get to the first white water, after that the current is always going to be against us. I'm dreaming of bringing the sailboat in here. I think it would be fun. I think it's possible to go quite far in during high tide. It's actually quite deep here in this channel. If you stay in the channel, it's probably like 3 meters deep during high tide.
Niin. Sinun kavereita.
Vähän näyttää ihanalta, kun tää virtaa.
Oi!
Entä heidu, no niin, mutta ei mennä nyt tähän, ei koko.
Ja heti tassu käyttöön.
Okay, time to drag and carry. Those guys have dry suits. Nova has a reindeer leg. Oh no! Oh no, you're gonna be so muddy. Oh my god. Nova, hey, Nova. Look what we found. We are not the first ones here. Oh, there's even air. No niin, mitä mieltä tästä hommasta kuutti?
Takaisinpäin en kanna, vaan ajan koskessa.
Yeah, when we come back, we're seriously gonna do the white water. Nyt on vaikeeta.
Tumikärryteen.
Nice! Mikäs Sherpa sieltä oikein tulee?
Voit ottaa toisella kädellä tästä veneestä kiinni. Mitä ihmettä tää keula painaa näin paljon?
So are we going for a casual swim? The lake upriver was still frozen 4 or 5 days ago, so the water is a little bit fresh here. Okay, we've done like 6 kilometers. Time for coffee and chocolate.
Yeah, we're trying to protect ourselves from the mosquitoes.
So we thought there might not be any mosquitoes, or at least not that many, but I guess we were wrong. Sofi, tää on ihan hirveän vahvaa tää kahvi. Okay, this is sketchy. No, not gonna be able to do that. So more obstacles. This one here is too shallow to go through with the outboard, or at least it felt too sketchy to me. And this bridge here, that's part of the Arctic Circle Trail. Arctic Circle Trail, it's pretty much the only long hiking route in Greenland, or the one like an official or a marked one, you know? Okei, laita se jonkin siihen, mennään hakee koira. There has been a little bit of talk of maybe staying here. It's been somewhat of a long day. Nova has never seen a tent before, and she's afraid of everything that's made by humans.
Yeah, there was a plastic bag on our way here. She was quite scared of that, and some rubber boots.
So tent is going to be a challenge as well. Okei, eli mitäs sitten laitetaan?
Me laitetaan kulmat eka.
Ei laitettu tuulen suuntaan tätä nyt, mutta ei kai täällä tuolla. Noin, siitä pastavettä. And here the drinking water. No pystyyn ja sitten tää valottaa yhtä aikaa tässä toi. Probably highly unnecessary to filter the water here, but well, whatever. We carried the filter all the way. What's the menu today?
Mushrooms from your mother
Nice.
and pasta. Kyllä se punavin olisi maistunut, mutta ehkä se on huomenna, ei saa ekana iltana juo.
Tittididi! Arctic char! Pretty amazing, I got it with the my sea fishing setup. Took like less than 10 minutes. Check this. Joo, on tää kyllä punasta täällä ihan.
On. Ihan mega punasta.
Not your farmed salmon here. We don't have the equipment to like properly cook this, so we're just gonna cook the meat through and then pick the meat off the bones, and that's it. It's gonna be good. Maistuuko kalalle?
Maistuu.
Tastes like fish. On oikeesti hyvää.
No, en halua hitte se. Joo, oli hyvä pala.
So he's trying to stop the mosquitoes from getting in. That's an Arctic fox calling. Sounds like a bird, but it's a fox. Hyvää yötä, Nova. Good night, Nova. Nova doesn't want to sleep in the tent. Good morning. We woke up to Nova puking. She ate too much grass yesterday, so that is a thing. She seems fine though. Alright guys, we are off on the hiking portion of the trip. We're gonna go up these mountains here, up to the Tundra Plateau, and set up camp over there. So we chose to climb up this ridge here and get up high just to escape the mosquitoes a little bit and to have a better look at the scenery here. It's pretty cool. We are going to reach the Tundra Plateau pretty soon. It's at around 400-500 meters above sea level. One bottle of gas. So we are now on the Arctic Circle Trail. The Arctic Circle Trail is pretty much the only kind of official multi-day hiking route in Greenland. I think it normally takes like 9 days, 8 to 12 days, something like that. And I think this is probably one of the best parts of the route, because you are up on this plateau here and it's really cool scenery. A lot of the trail follows the valley floors, which is kind of boring, but up here it's pretty impressive. It's really cool looking. So yeah, honestly not a surprise, but does make me a little bit angry. This trash obviously left behind by hikers. It's mostly hiking meals. People are just too tired to carry their stuff out. It's just sad. One of the reasons why there's so much trash is that most of the cleaning and maintenance for these huts is usually done by winter, when you can reach them by snowmobile. So you bring in stuff, or you have to helicopter lift the stuff in. There is some construction material there, and I'm pretty sure that's been lifted in here with the helicopter. But other than that, everything happens during the winter. But of course, all of the trash during the winter, it's gonna be under the snow, so no one's gonna pick it up during the winter. And during the summer, well, you can't get here with an ATV, so yeah, it's just gonna stay here and blow away with the wind. Okei, sisältähän tää on ihan siisti.
Jep, oisko...
So there's room for like 6 people to sleep there. Kitchen amenities and a heater. And a really nice view, except of the trash. We are not gonna stay here for the night. We'll go and find another spot. There's some trash and the hut. The hut is over there. You see the hut? So the wind blows through here, so the trash gets just like so effectively transported all over the place. the Heart Lake. We're gonna camp there somewhere. It looks like a heart, right? Took Nova about 10 seconds to fall asleep once we put her on leash there. So we are just getting ready to go to bed, and I'll show you something gross. If you don't want to see it, then close your eyes right now. So my legs, check this. You remember how yesterday I had my pants rolled up because we were wading through the water, and these are all mosquito bites. Other leg is the same. If you look at my hands, also pretty bad. But the thing with me though is that I don't suffer from itching. You know, my mosquito bites, they don't itch. Some people, like Sohvi, I think, when she gets bit, they itch a lot. So maybe she's also being more careful not to get bit this much. But yeah, it looks kind of bad, but it actually, I don't feel anything. I was just getting ready to go to bed and I looked at my legs and I went like, whoa, okay. Anyway, we'll go to bed now. Good night, Nova. Good morning. We went for a morning swim, at least allegedly. Had a proper good wash, was pretty fresh. This lake was probably frozen around a week ago still. We are around 400 meters above the sea level. And we'll get moving again and go down to the beach. We are getting water from this bigger lake nearby because the lake, or the small lake that we are camped next to, had so much bird poop in it. No niin, lähetään. Laitetaan sulle tää päälle. Joo. Reppu. Joo, hyvä. Noin, hyvä. Noin. Valmiina lähteä. Nova! Let's go! Bye bye, nice camping spot. Ihan kivat maisemat. Näkyy, että tommonen hiekkapohja tuolla. Huhhuh, mikä paikka. Monta pistettä? 9,5. Tai onks tää 9 plussa vaan? Mistä jäi puuttuu?
Ei oo lumihuippusia tai vuorottu.
Okei. Now we go down, I guess. So this here is a pretty good path, but this is not made by humans. I'm pretty sure this is just a reindeer path. But the funny thing is that the reindeer were actually introduced to Greenland by humans. They were brought over, I believe, from Norway in the beginning of the 20th century. So they've only been here for 100 years or so. And the amount fluctuates a lot. That's just what happens with reindeer. If there's a really bad winter and if there's over hunting, there really is suddenly then a lot less of them. But right now there's 100,000. Worst years there's been around 5,000. Okay, next up we have to go across here. Kute is saying it's gonna be fine. On tästä mennyt porotkin. We're gonna go and spend the night on that island there. Hopefully there's some fish and there should be less mosquitoes, and also there's nowhere for Nova to go and chase reindeer, so we can keep her off the leash all the time. Nova, löysit se poro? Mikä se on? That's some reindeer fur. Looks pretty fresh too. Hey, don't eat it, that's just fur. Oh, hopefully she doesn't eat too much of it. Alright, me and Sophie are on paddleboard duty now. And no dry suits. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but there are some steep sandbanks here on the shore. I'm gonna try to fish off of those just a little bit. It's a little bit tricky with the stand-up paddleboard, but we'll do a bit of balance practice here on the way to the island. There's a small river over there leading out to the lake. Let's try that. I don't see anything. The water is so clear that if there was fish chasing the lure, I could see them pretty far. But now I don't see anything. Okay, I think I'm just gonna paddle to the island and get the dinghy. It's a lot easier with the dinghy, honestly. Nyt sen pitäisi oppia vielä istumaan. Nova, are you practicing? She's so amazed. She's like, she's pretty excited.
Ei tarvinnut paljon harjoitella.
Yeah, she's not scared at all. Okay, hyvä Nova. Papa!
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 Hyvä Nova! Hyvä! Hyvä Nova!
Okay, Nova is learning how to swim. Hyvä! 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 Ei se ainakaan kovin kauheassa, mutta ei se kyllä hyvän näköisesti uinut se aina. I'm not sure if she was swimming that well, but she didn't seem to hate it. So I'm coming back to the river because this is obviously, well, this is where I think the fish are gonna be, if there are any, but you can see how the water levels here are still really high. So the season really only starts in 2 or 3 weeks. We'll give it a try here. Holy fuck, that's a muskox. Holy shit, that is a muskox right there. Oh my god, I didn't know there's muskox here in the valley. I was looking at it, I was like, what the hell is that? It's moving. It's next to... Oh, there's a baby! Right there. And there's 2 more over there. And okay, I stood up a little bit more and they got scared and ran away. And they were really skittish, because once they decided that they're gonna go, then they really went for it, kind of. Alright guys, I got back to the Paradise Island and I promptly got inside the tent. The others are chilling out, but I was a little bit cold. My clothes got wet because the wind just picked up so much. We are kind of running low on food. We can't stay here forever, especially with me not catching fish. So it's really windy and it's impossible for us to go back right now. It would be too sketch. So what we're gonna do is we hope that the wind dies down during the night. If it's calm during the night, we're just gonna set off and get into the river just to make sure that we can get out of here before we run out of food. So that is the plan. We have our alarm clock set for 2 a.m. If it doesn't work out, then we'll try again later in the morning, so on and so forth. Tomorrow the weather is going to turn a little bit worse, so we are slightly worried, but we should be fine here. We just want to play it safe.
No vai lähetäänkö me? Ootko sä valmis yömissiolle? Ootko sä Sofi valmis?
En ole.
I'm not ready either, but we are still going, I think. It is flat calm outside.
Ready to go. It's our turn to paddle a little bit. It's around 3 a.m. Early morning start. Yeah, here we drink the lake water straight up. Tastes good. Hopefully don't get sick. Tässä on. Toi on sitä. So this here is the underwool from the muskox that I saw yesterday. You can see the underwool here scattered all around. It's really expensive too if you collect a lot of it. One small ball of yarn is like $100, but I think we are just gonna get some for Kuti and Auni to have as a souvenir. Kuti's mom does a little bit of she makes her own thread, so maybe she can use some of this. This stuff is funny because it's not like, it doesn't feel oily at all. It's just really soft. It's supposed to be extremely warm. I don't know for sure because all of the items made from that stuff have been too expensive for me, so okei, pussi on täynnä.
Yeah.
Ensimmäinen koski. Första kosk. Kyllä kääntyilee kun ei oo evää. Tossa heti mata. Woohoo! Siinä on syvää, paitsi tässä lopussa on keskellä pari kiveä. Me reunaan. Oikeeseen reunaan. Ihan palaa kakkua. Honestly, these small rapid sections have been a lot easier than I thought they would be. It was like just so much work going uphill. Kind of thought it would be more exciting coming down, but turns out it's been quite fine. There's a rock at the bottom of this one. Oops! With the paddleboard it's easier if you sit down, but it's much more fun if you stand up. And it's kind of nice when you're standing up, you can see the rocks a lot better and you can actually maneuver the boat with the board a lot better. Whoa, mikä kovis seisten. It's a little bit sketchy because if you do hit a rock, then you're likely gonna fly off the board. You probably don't want to hit your head or anything, so. Okay, we came just in time, I guess. I mean, it's just getting really windy here. Well, I mean, I guess that was it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time.